Alright, in this tutorial video we're going to be talking about how to add sources to your infographic for all of your facts and images and data that you use. So to begin, if we take a look at my sample infographic, there's a couple different ways you could add sources. You could do that throughout the poster, everywhere you mention something. I do have that in a couple places here. Some of these are actually links to the page where I got information from. But even cleaner and a little bit easier would just be to create a section at the bottom where you list all of the sources for all of the websites and images that you use for your poster. So for an example, let's say I was looking up some information on the history of hard drives and I found a website that I got some facts from, in this case pcworld.com. If I had read this article and found some good information that I used in my poster, the easiest way to do this, and you want to do this while you're looking for facts, is keep track of it. So if I find a good website, I'm going to copy the web address up here at the top by right-clicking and going to copy. And I'm just going to create a blank Word document where I can keep track of my sources. And I'll just save this on the computer. So I'll paste, and now I've got this website that I used for some of my information. If I found a good image online that I wanted to use, again, history of hard drives is what I looked for, and I like this picture because it shows some of the different sizes. Some of the first hard drives were much larger and then they got smaller. I need to go to visit the page. I want to find the actual page where I got that information or that photo from. So if I go to visit page, I can see the address here is this long one, zdnet.com, history of storage, a whole bunch of stuff. So again, I'm going to copy that web page, go back to my blank Word document for my sources, and I'll paste that as well so I know where I got that picture from. Once you've made a list of your sources for information and for photos, you need to put that list at the bottom of your infographic. So on mine, I made the bottom of my poster a little bit of a different color, just so you can kind of see that that's where my sources were listed. And again, I wrote sources. The first source that I'm going to reference here was PC World, and that was my first link, and that was their article on the history of hard drives. So you don't want to put all of this as the source at the bottom, because that's kind of a lot of information and some of it doesn't really mean anything, 127, 105. So instead, you can just write like a short version of the website. So the website was PC World. I may want to maybe add that it was about history of hard drives. And then I can turn this into a link by highlighting it. So now I can go to hyperlink by right-clicking on it. And for the address, I'm going to go back to my Word document. And this was the first one. That was the article on pcworld.com. So I'm going to copy it, go back to PowerPoint, and I can paste that in down here for the address. It's still going to say PC World History of Hard Drives because that's what I left typed up there. But this is where it's going to go as a link. So I press OK, and now that's ready to go. The other one that I used, the zdnet.com, if I wanted to add that one, I don't really have room down here, but if I had wanted to add that one, it would be the same thing. So instead of typing in this long web address, zdnet.com, history of storage, cuneiform, tablets to flash, blah, 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 I probably just would have typed in zdnet.com, history of storage, down here, and then made it a link to this actual website. Same way I did the first one. So if you need to pause this and do that for your different sources, you can do that, maybe watch it again. You should have sources listed for any place that you found facts and for any website that you got images from. So we need all that information down there at the bottom.